Yo, yo, yo. What is up, my peoples? What's crack-a-lackin'? Look at that. It's weird. My TikTok's taken off. I got 12,000 views on the Tyson Douglas thing. But my IG has slowed down for some reason. Big Play Bray. What up, my partner? D-Wayne is insane in the membrane. What up, young blood? My man. Dwayne. Where are you? I have family in Fort Lauderdale. Are you anywhere near there? I don't think you are. Maybe you are. You're in Miami? I fucking forget. If you're in Miami, then you're close. It looks like I drink coffee all day, but I actually only drink coffees when I'm either after I eat dinner or when I'm on my lives. So, everyone hit the like button. Yeah, big play. We're waiting for people to head on in. Crazy shit going on today. Gotta wait for Alberto to come in here because he's our resident resident link poster. You post the outside links that stimulate conversation. That's what he does, Mr. Berto. We didn't see Eon earlier. I'm sure he'll be in though. Crazy shit today. I did watch the press conference after, and it appears. I don't know what it appeared like. Kind of looked like Keyshawn was lying a little, like he was acting. Then it looked like he was real. The Russian dude looked like he was fucking lying, like they did it. But then Teofimo puts out that video, which makes you think he fucking sent it to fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I live in Miami. Let me see. I'm going to text Teofimo's dad, see if he can come on. Teofimo Sr., hey, can you and Junior jump on my live now? This is Marco Boxing, by the way. Just in case you forgot, Instagram.com/Marco 3 Boxing. Does that work? Yeah, all right. Dwayne's in Miami. All right, bet. How was your evening? Not bad. I just watched the movie Guess Who with the family. Remember that one? The one with Bernie Mac and Ashton Kutcher? Dope fucking movie. That wouldn't be that racist, though. That would just be like... That's not even prejudice. That's just stereotypical. You know what I'm saying? Has to be like a negative thing, I feel like. I don't know. Tio always in the middle of something, yeah. He's Ukrainian. Yeah, I know, Danny. I know, Danny. I know. Yo, I showed my wife your logo, Danny. It's dope. She liked it too. I'm going to definitely do something with it. Yes, it's real funny. Yeah. Guess who's dope? It's too bad Bernie Mac had to pass too early. Too bad. But yeah, it was a dope movie. Did my 10 rounds today. I'll tell you, with all the stress I'm under lately, if I don't do my 10 rounds, I might want to kill somebody. Box Latino TV, welcome. Tio sent them bananas. That's what it looks like, but is that a fact? That's what it looked like, but he didn't admit it. He just put out that troll video. Or am I missing something? Fire, let me know if you ever... Yeah, man. Yeah, you dope. I like it. Funny movie Lester from 227 was in it. That's who that was. Nuke, the Duke, you're the man. That was the grandfather. I was talking to my wife. I'm like, who the fuck is... How do I know him? 227. You nailed it. You the man. That's a dope-ass movie. And, you couldn't even you can't even make a move like that these days because I feel like people will be too sensitive about it. I was trying to get in the Keyshawn head. I think was trying to get. Maybe they're coming. Marco, I was right. Right about what, Alberto? Well, Alberto, it looked like Teofimo did it, right? That's what it looks like to me. But what's your theory here? Talk to me. Or type to me. Yeah, I'm gonna drop the link in a little bit. I'll wait for people to gather, to congregate. You know what I'm saying? See, I know the link went out. I got it. But Moon, what up? What's good? Is that what SWSG means with you kids? What's good? Moon's the PDF bounty hunter. Well, Vaughn, what up? Tio was allegedly in Vegas watching the live after the race incident. It was hard to say he set up to a degree. Well, no. Just because he's there, he doesn't have to physically walk it over. The motherfucker gets people in New York. You know what I mean? That's what we got to figure out. Tulsi years I'm speaking. What's up, Jeff? Queens get the money. Tio just trolling. I don't know what he's doing. Still fucked up. Again, like, subscribe, share. Psh, listen to this man. Ness said he needs 15 fighters for Border Wars. Well, that's not my department, so please hit the like button. Marco, not gonna lie. Is it true Tio is fighting in Alcatraz? That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. That is the rumors. It's a weird fucking place to fight. I like the Coliseum. That's dope. Alcatraz. Why are you going to fight in an abandoned prison? Strange. Lopez really sent that to him. He is really racist. Well, he already made the monkey comments. How would that work, though? I mean, it's shut down. So it's open for business. Yeah, where's everybody at? See, Joe was talking about me when he calls with you. That's why I brought up Border Wars. Oh, well, he ain't here now, so save it for when he gets here. You feel me? Yeah, man, I did 10 rounds today. Sometimes when I'm like real stressed, frustrated, those 10 rounds go by like I could have did 10 more. I didn't even know Alcatraz shut down. Yeah, a long time ago. Big fight should return to Atlantic. I know. You from Jersey, Nuke? It is a museum. Yep, they did that shit. I said this. There's this club called the Limelight in New York City. They turned that into a museum, then a mall, then a restaurant. Probably make more money if it was still a club. 10 rounds on the beach bag with another man. That's gay. Beach bag. Where's everybody at? There he is. There he is. Oh, Detroit. All right. I've never been. I want to go to Detroit, but I hear Detroit's pretty fucked up parts of it. Marco, is it safe to say Tio is a racist and that he's doing racist things to get big fights and the money he believes? We don't know if he's racist or not. He sure as fuck is acting racist, but we don't know if he's just trying to stir the pot or what. But I agree with all of it, except I'm not sure if he's racist. But because you know what I'm saying? Like, but I mean, it definitely is racist actions. That's a fact. Shout out Mark AK, Marquino Swallow. Nope, no sour sop. It hasn't been being made lately. So, Marco, you should post on your Instagram story that you're going live on YouTube. I don't know if it'll make a difference. I'll try it though. Now, let's see. How do I post this? I'm gonna post a story right now. How do I do this? Go there, a story. Okay. And then I'm gonna do this right here. Oh, that was a picture. That didn't work. All right. How do I post an Instagram video story? Let's discard it. Let's try it again. Oh, here we go. Yo, what up? I am currently live on YouTube. It is Marco 3_ boxing YouTube. It is also, click the link on my bio right now. We're talking about Teofimo. We're talking about Keyshawn. Talking about the Ukrainians, racial, crazy, wild, racist behavior. Join us right now on YouTube. I am live as we speak. The link is in my bio. Tap in. Peace. All right. Is that good? All right. I just shared it. Let's see what it does. Let's see what it does. I was recording a picture of me on the fucking screen. Put a link to your live. You could put a link in a story? Well, I just said click the link in my bio. That'll do it. I don't think Keyshawn will knock out Bernchuk anymore, but I don't know, man. Guys, if you smash that like button, you too can have a chance to smash Alberto's abuela. But only if you smash the like button. Why are you coming in blazing hot, man? Give the kid a chance to fuck with you first. Is it true? Is it true prison boxers would fight free world? I know they had prison boxers fight once or twice, but I've never been to prison, so I don't know. Do multiple people panel today? I got some shit to say to vlogs. Okay, well, maybe I will. We got to get him in here first. Detroit came back. I wish all the world champions through the Kronk Gym invest. Or was the Kronk Gym closed down? Chicago, what up? He didn't call Keyshawn the N-word. That's a fact. He didn't. I saw you break down of Teo versus Tank. I think Tank was just taking it light on the young Teo. Yeah, that's an old one. That's an old video that I just recycled. The full videos just generate like they're more monetizable, and I like pumping them through the system because those are ones that get a lot of views. That's an old one. I did that like 7-8 months ago. Rob, you a weirdo. You're okay. That was pretty good for on the spot. You are a good public speaker. Appreciate you, Skippy Skips. Was Bernard Hopkins? But yeah, he was. He was. There's one dude. There's a documentary on it. He fought for a title while he was in prison, and he lost. I believe he lost, or did he win it? Fuck. One dude, and it was televised. It was in the prison he was in. Crazy. And I think, did he win or lose? You know, now I gotta look this up. Chat GBT. Damn, did he? I gotta look this up now. What boxer fought from prison for a world title? And did he win is the question. Bernard Hopkins? While incarcerated? Nah. He didn't fight for a title. James Scott is an example. He was a light heavyweight contender in the 70s and fought televised bouts. And yeah, that's it. James Scott. I was thinking of James Scott, who, yeah, he defeated, that's what it is. He defeated Eddie Mustafa Muhammad. But it wasn't for a belt. James Scott, who I was thinking in Dirty Jars. Hopkins, sentenced to a prison at a young age, his release, he became the only boxer to fight for a world title while incarcerated? What? How could you fight? So it says here, the only boxer to fight for a world title while incarcerated was Hopkins. Yet then it says, however, no boxer ever fought from prison. So they let him out to fight? It's confusing me. Jose, what up? Damn, these dudes talk so much shit, they go and clinch. Yep. Good die. We're not talking about Errol Spence. What do you read all of Rob's stupid comments? Not mine. There, you happy? Shout out to the pink bus boat. All right. Fuck mods. I'd make you a mod, but you're a little wild, man. You'd probably put a virus in my shit. Shut me down. Yeah, Hopkins needs a movie made out to him. His story is wild. Hopkins has a great wild story, but his boxing style was borderline dirty and extremely boring. Let's be honest. Rob, you okay? I'm not gonna entertain this ridiculousness. I'd love a Hopkins movie. Word? Well, you better get ready to get you're gonna get a good nap. Wrench. Yeah. probably hit me over the head with with my wrench that I give you. He'd be like, "Whop!" Start putting all kinds of whack, crazy shit. Hopkins, so yeah, he is. Hell yeah, dirty ABD, boring. Dirty ABD? Is that an acronym that you kids use? What the fuck's ABD mean? Oh, and you meant to write and, didn't you? Okay, good. Yeah, you meant to write and. Okay, that makes more sense. The real Kronk gym been torn down since 2006. The original gym is gone. The place that helped. Oh, okay. So where's my man Sugar Hill train out of when he's in? I guess he never really works in Detroit. Robert, you're a true story. Yeah, I agree. Rob, you know you're my man. Queens get the money, but leave the fucking. I mean, it is funny though. The whole Abuela thing. I didn't tell Tia about that yet. Fuck, I gotta tell her tonight. Hey yo, Rob Calico, you acting like a dirty fuck. I'll tell you though, Chicago called in. He's actually a cool dude. I think a lot of it's his alter ego, his online alter ego. Marco, but this life is super wild though. ESP coming from Philly would make for a good movie. Oh, especially coming from Philly. I guess. Look, with the right director and actors and writer, any boxer's life could make a good movie. You know what I'm saying? So, let's see. We got King KO. Love that name. Pacquiao movie would be much better than Hopkins movie. Agreed. Agreed. I think Pacquiao has a couple fights left in him. Maybe exhibitions, but he got Shane Mosley told me not but 4 or 5 months ago that they were working on finalizing an exhibition between Shane Mosley and Pacquiao. Clearly, it didn't happen, but my point is it's in active discussions. Detroit is broken, scummy. So is parts of Chicago. I think Bernachuk comes forward. He's a southpaw. He waits for dudes to walk into shots. I don't see Keyshawn walking into shots. I believe Keyshawn's going to keep his distance, outbox him, and jump on him, use his size and his size, his reach advantage, and beat him. Sheesh, even at their age, Shane versus Pac would be, yep, that's what I'm saying. Now we got money. Well, give me some. Shakur bragging about fighting Destralios, if that's what you call fighting. Destralios suck too. All right. Smoking KO sell. Why do you think that? Yeah, word life. Marco, didn't you commentate on Shane Mosley fight? I did. I commentated for a little bit. It was a Dame Dash production. It was fucking mad ghetto. They had me commentate the beginning. Then they swapped me out for some girl who didn't even know boxing. They didn't know what the fuck they were doing. Then they had me do the ring interviews. And I only did it because Shane was there. I'm not, it was for celebrity boxing and like that. Damon Feldman's my man. Like he's nice and all that, but I'm not going to do it again. Unless there's good money involved. But even then, it just wasn't really my thing. But he's a good dude. And I actually appreciate he gave me an opportunity when I was nobody. So nothing much, Rob. How you doing? How come De Los Santos walked through Shakur's punches? Great question. Yeah, he did. Marco was in the ring too. Yeah, man. I got the video. Where's the video? Let's see. You guys want to see it? The video of me interviewing Mosley? Shane. Let me see if I can find it. Where it at? Where it at, yo? I have so many Shane Mosley shit because I've interviewed him a whole bunch of times. Shane Mosley. Actually, let me try it this way. Let me put the word interview. Here we go. Zab, Marco interview, Shane Mosley. Here it is. Here, I'll do this one. I'll do the big one. Are you guys ready? You want to see it? Anybody give a shit? I'll play it. I don't know how long it is. Hopefully it's not too long.
Sugar Shane, my man. Great to see you. I think everybody can say they're happy to see you back in the ring. How did it feel after taking all that time off?
It felt great, getting there with actual, I guess it's actual fight, and with a guy 30, 40 pounds bigger than me. He fought good. He stayed tough. because a lot of guys were just quit after a lot of shots they've been.
Yeah, man, it was great to see you. You look like vintage Shane. You got your pops with you. Man, it brought us all back. Are we going to see more Sugar Shane in celebrity boxing?
Of course. We're born to see more of me, doing these type of exhibitions and stuff like that. Maybe build more of my size, be a little better, but yeah, this is great.
Next, with Greg Hackett next. Greg's challenging you. All right. Shane, man, it was great seeing you in the ring again. We look forward to seeing you again, man. For sure. Thanks, sir. All right, my man. How did it feel?
All right. So that was that. That was little, small. You saw Greg Hackett. I don't know if you guys have caught that. Greg Hackett challenged Shane Mosley. Greg was at the fight. He was training another dude who fought on that card. You know what I'm saying? Marco A. Smith. Nah, man. I know like no damn filthy Queens, dude. Just playing. How was the event ghetto? It wasn't literally ghetto. When you come from New York, you're from Jersey, you know. When you say something's ghetto, sometimes you just mean it's put together all fucked up. Like, it was just not literally ghetto, just fucked up. It was fucked up. Just unorganized. There was nothing ghetto about it. It was actually just fucking mad unorganized. My son Marquito looking sharp. That's what's good. You should be a regular. Thanks, man. Yeah, I don't wear suits. I mean, I will. Shit, about to gulp some sour sop. I don't wear suits, but I will if the situation calls. Marco get all his legendary connections in boxing. I'm surprised you haven't gotten a job yet. You and me both. But you know, when I come around, you know what people say.
So y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife.
You know why? You know why that needs to happen? Because I am a
real bad man.
When people see me, they say, there goes a
Real bad man.
23 baby mother, 22 children. I am a
Real bad man.
Sorry, that's just one of the funniest clips to me in the world. Ignorize probably didn't start in time. No, and it was more, to be quite honest, and no disrespect to Dame Dash because I didn't even really meet him. It was more his production, and his production dudes were mad cool. It was more the production, like the commentator. We didn't even have headsets. We had microphones. We couldn't. It was, and the cameras. Everything was so. The stream was terrible. South Jersey, Mamoon in the building. He's not from South, is he? Nah, he's from fucking Patterson. That's not South, is it? Maybe it is. I don't know. Marco, no fruity shit. Everybody says he has no. Yeah, he does. Nah, yo. Shane Mosley got. You guys remember the old Dave Chappelle skit where Dave Chappelle's like, yo, did Prince look at you in the eyes? It's like, yeah, look me in the eyes. Shane Mosley has those eyes. Those shits light up. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Shane Mosley has beautiful fucking eyes.
It's fun to stay at the YMCA.
But he does. So there he is. What up, Vloggy Vlog? No, my bad. E-Rock. What up, E-Rock? Fun fact, Dame Dash actually was an am. Yeah, I know. I don't know if he had 50 fights, but I've seen him spar with Berto, and I could tell he knows what he's doing. I'll whoop his ass. Especially now. We're about to say, well, he's older than me, but I'll still whoop his ass. No, I ain't pausing. Ken. Shane Mosley got dope eyes. I ain't pausing, Rob. He got dope, beautiful, greenish eyes. My boy. So you guys know who Andrew Schultz is. I'm really cool. Like, Andrew doesn't fucking return my phone calls, which is fucked up because he was at my wedding. But he has a co-host named Akash Singh, who I'm still mad cool with. I was at Akash's wedding too, actually. And me and Akash still talk. Akash is Indian, right? But he has green eyes. His joke is always, because I'll be like, yo, you guys. Well, I remember the first time I was outside with him, because, you know, it's usually, it was inside a comedy club. It's dark. But the first time I was outside during the day, and, you know, his eyes were just, his shits were lighting up like a dashboard. I was like, yo, you got some beautiful eyes. And his joke was like, yeah, that's rape somewhere down the line. Which maybe I didn't. I thought that was funny. That means just some fucking Spaniards or British raped his people, and that's why he has a spit of fucking green eyes in him. Johnny, yo, were you at that shit today? At the Keyshawn thing? Oh no, never mind. You're not even in fucking New York anymore. I'm thinking of Thomas. What up, Johnny? He got them hazel joints. Yep. You look like you might have some light eyes too, Eon. Marquito, keep it a buck. If you were a girl, would you give it up to Shane Mosley? I was a girl, but I give it up to Shane Mosley. What you think? I'd be just, I was gonna play the sound effect, but I feel like the one last time I played it, it's a little too dirty, and I feel like they flagged me for it, so I'm not doing it. Yo, I listened to their podcast. They joke about. Yeah, Kasha's my man. Good dude. Good dude. Marco feels Shane's eyes are. Nah, I didn't say anything about sexy. He just got some beautiful eyes. Nah, chill. You even thinking those things, Alberto, for a 20-year-old male, you say a lot of fruity shit. Yup, I knew it. Let me zoom in. Let's see if Eon got the dope joints. Yup. See, Eon? That's the 25% cracker in you. See? Yo, you must get all the honeys. What's it like? And we're gonna go off boxing for a second. For the black people or the brown or black people should answer this question. When a black dude or a brown dude or a black dude has light eyes, does that make the honeys like be all over you because it's so unusual and like that looks stunning, or is it like sometimes the dark skinned dudes like shit? I've seen it growing up. They shit on the light skinned dudes like, oh, light skinned dudes are weak or whatever. Is it a positive or negative to have light eyes in the black community? Only black people in the chat, please answer, which is most of you. What's up, El? Let's see who answers this. Hello, Kuja's uncle, Henry, John Henry, first African. Yeah, I know. I saw LL say that. Hey, yo, Eon, hide your eyes when working. No, I'm not going to try and bang his eyeballs. I'm not going to skull fuck him. I probably shouldn't have said that. See? Let's see. If this video gets unmonetized, I'm going to know that was what I shouldn't have said. Damn. See? I just went from 27 to 21 viewers when I said that. Bad. Vlogs, me and you can be on the panel. Yeah, I might do it. I just get compliments, mostly positive. Okay, with the women. That's what the 90s thing, that was a 90s thing played out now. Yeah, chicks like that shit. What about like your boy, or do like your boys fuck with you if you have light eyes and you're black? Like, this pussy with the black eyes or the light eyes, or it's just a positive all around? You guys should see my son's eyes, man. My son has, I can't show it because my wife refuses to let me show it. His eyes are like ice. They're so light. I don't think he's mine, but it's a different story. Tia be wildin'. I'm just kidding. I mean, I am not kidding that he has light eyes, but he's definitely mine. Change the damn subject. Yo, Johnny, man, it's not my fault. These dudes talking about Shane Mosley's eyes. All right, back to boxing. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I think it's because dudes work on. Yeah, well, right. You go up the panel. Yeah. I'm going to open up in a little bit. We talk shit. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Nah, they know what's up. I think Marco is enamored by colored eyes because he didn't get them. I am. I always wanted light eyes. My shits are like brown, dark brown, Bulgarian. I got Bulgarian brown eyes. Now, I never seen the guys fucking with the colored eyes. I never seen guys fucking with colored eyes on guys. Okay. Disowning Junior is wild. No, I didn't. I just said he might not be mine because Tia was in Sweden. My son is platinum blonde with light fucking eyes. Say my son is silver. Yeah, mine are almost silver. Danny, mine are all his are like the best way I could describe it. Ice blue, like almost white. Beautiful. My son is a beautiful kid. I'm not just saying that because he's my kid. My daughter's, she's a little more like me. She has like the exotic Bulgarian look going on, but my son is stunning. And I'm glad it's my son. I wouldn't my fucking daughter walk around looking like that because it would just be too show-stopping. I have to be fighting everybody. she had blonde hair and piercing ice blue eyes. Nah. Nope. Who you think winning this Friday? Keyshawn, who you think? Mark, I'm sipping on some soursop right now. Are you really? Sweden. Yeah, man. Just chilling in Sweden. You look like RoboCop without his helmet. That's rude. Winston Sanders, what up? I got Keyshawn by stoppage. Nah, John, he ain't stopping. Actually, he might. Has this Bernacek dude... You know what? Let me Bernacek. I don't know if he's ever lost. I forget his record off the top. Dennis. No, undefeated. Okay. Wow. KO ratio is basura. It is bukluk, as we say in Bulgarian. It is bukluk. Who did he beat? He beat Navarrete, which was the upset. Other than that, nobody. And he is 5'7". Okay. And how old is he? 36. Okay. I don't know. He's undefeated, though. Yeah, that's fucked up. Call me RoboCop and shit. Yo, you guys are rude. Ukrainian. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Jose. He is. 36 is old-ish. Great question. I don't know. You guys, anybody pull up? Tell me. Just box rec. It says KO percentage. It says it right there. I'm going to guess 65, 70. He might just be at what's a decent KO puncher or below it a little. I think when all is said and done, that's going to drop. Yeah, he looks mad short. I think he's had that racist shit. His face looked like it just, I don't know. It would be more like, no, I would never, like he wasn't really like denying it. It's okay. Tia, there's a guy here named Rob, a regular. His running joke is that he's banging this other guy's grandmother. And he says it really fucked up and raunchy, and it's really funny. And I keep meaning to tell you. And he calls her his abuela, because that's how you say grandma in Spanish. It's just really funny. All right, I told her, Rob. Told you I'd tell her. I just kept forgetting. If you saw Navarrete fight, he just pulled the perfect. Yeah, no, I saw it. He was catching him coming in. He would time him, and the second Navarrete would come in, he would hit him with that overhand left. He looks like he has a lot of mileage. Yeah, he does. His face looks like somebody took a frying pan and just Looney Tunes them right in the fucking grill, and just it stayed that way. 66. Yep. Dwayne, did I not just say 65, 70? Did I not just say that? Not bad, right, guys? I called it. Shout out to big homie Tia. Yeah, I'm going to drop a link for this one in a few minutes. Keyshawn Davis for Pitbull. Ooh. He might be able to outbox Pitbull because Pitbull's one-dimensional. Yeah, I'm with you, Robert. If Bernacek did is a moron. It's hard to tell. Could have been Teofimo. Ukrainians low-key tough. Ukraine to low-key. This white boy's half Ukrainian right here. Pitbull KOs Keyshawn 35. All right, I'm going to put the link out. Let's put this bitch out. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I'll do it after, actually. There it is. Link is out. And let me put the banner. Let's do the banner. Boom, look at this. Your boy's professional. Could have been T.O. I mean, first of all, was it just me or was T.O. the way he eats was just grossing me the fuck out? He was like, it was like fucking falling out of his mouth. I don't know. I don't like watching men eat phallic, but just in general, like it was kind of grossing me out. Was it just me? Tell big homie Tia, I said, this is Dreve. She doesn't speak. Damn, Rob. I appreciate you Googling that. She doesn't speak Bulgarian, though. She's the American one. She's from fucking Westchester. He was trying not to laugh. Oh, okay. Well, he was laughing. He was laughing while eating. That was. Zdrave means hello in Bulgarian. Big shout to Rob for having Google be his friend. All right, so the link is in. Whenever you guys want to jump in, we'll get to it. I'm really curious what everybody thinks about if it was on purpose, if Teo did it. Next to the Hitman, who was next from the Kronk Gym, I got, oh, yeah. You know what? And if McClellan's career could have unfolded, and, a lot of people say he got hit. I'm cool with Gerald's sister. She said that Nigel Benn fight, he got hit 18 times behind the head. So if it was for a clean fight, he could have been one of the greatest. He could have surpassed Hearns, but he ended his career at 28. You know what I'm saying? 28. Very young. All right, let's start off. We got my man Rich Porter. What up, Rich?
What's up, Marco?
Cold chilling. How you doing?
Well, we just asked some questions.
Yeah, we're talking. I mean, we're kind of talking about Keyshawn thing, but you can just talk about what you want.
I did Keyshawn thing kind of messed me. I like the Ukraine style, like Sergey Derevchenko, like Bobocha. Like I like the Ukrainian boxers. They actually got skills. Sergey Derevchenko, I think he just took out a tough fights early, like Daniel Jacobs, Triple G, and them early, and it kind of threw him off. Now he's like a journeyman. When dude is really good. Like he's never just been blew out in the fight. Like they always right there. I think the only man that handled him for real was Jamal Charlo. Charlo kind of handled him. But outside of that, I think he beat Triple G and Daniel Jacobs. If you ask me, you see Marco, go look at that fight against Triple G. He beat him. He beat Triple G. And then Daniel Jacobs, that was it. That could have went either way. Like, he didn't just lose them fights.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's why Canelo stayed away from him. But, yeah, that kind of messed me up with that because I like them Ukrainian. And then they normally respectful. Like, you know how Loma and Usyk, how the Klitschko brothers was. Like, the Ukrainians are not. That's why that kind of shocked me. I kind of find that hard to believe that was him, too. But
you think it was Teo?
I think it was somebody on his team.
On Teo's team?
No, on Barachek's team. On Dennis Barachek. I think it might have been somebody in his camp, not necessarily him, because most Middle Eastern fighters, period, are respectable, like
right,
are respectful to each other. Like they don't really just be every now and then, but like if you see they pretty much preserve, say what they're gonna say, and get on to the fight. Like that's more our style, Western style, to be flamboyant and
true.
So yeah, that's why I kind of I don't know if that's. Yeah, I kind of find that hard to believe, but it's a good month of boxing coming up. Good stretch of boxing. You got this card, then you got the February 22nd card, then you got the Ryo and Russell fight. That's the main event. Tank and Roach is the co-main. I mean, come on, Marco, come on. That ain't no fight, but
it's not. But Tank is he has that it factor. People want to see him.
Yeah, it's like Tyson. You know what I'm saying? Because
yes.
If you really think about Tyson's career, he lost all his big fights.
I've been saying that for years.
Holyfield, like he lost the big ones, but he had that it factor. He knocked out Mitch Blood and everybody else, so people just wanted to see him. But he really lost his big fights. If you think
he did, he only has one superstar win. He has two superstar wins, but only one. Wasn't old. His one was Larry Holmes.
How about saying that shit, Larry Holmes? Who the other one?
Spinks. Spinks was undefeated.
He was scared to death when he got in there.
Oh, I'm not saying he wasn't, but that was a prime Spinks.
First round. Yeah, that was
And Spinks had never even been down ever.
Nah, Spinks was a bad boy, man. So yeah, I'm from Kansas City, so I kind of know.
You're from Kansas City?
Yeah.
Okay. You must be upset about this. I don't watch football, but you must not be happy about it.
Philadelphia Eagles fan, diehard.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then you're happy.
Yeah, I'm a Donovan McNabb fan, and I just stuck with the team.
There we go. Now, but I've been saying that about Tyson for years. Like, I believe in his prime, which was the Spinks fight might have been his last fight in his prime. I don't know if anybody could have beat that version. But then when he left Kevin Rooney and when he, went with King and started, I guess, doing more drugs or whatever the fuck he was doing, he changed.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it would have to be something like the Buster Douglas thing, just an off night for somebody to probably beat him early like that. But I don't know, man, because Holyfield was cracking back then. I mean, he dodged Foreman. We can say what we want. He dodged Foreman. He strategically dodged Foreman when Foreman came back. Everybody else fought him.
I don't blame him in a way. It's like, why the fuck are you going to fight this old guy who can still punch hard? But I don't know if he dodged him or not because that's when he started getting in trouble. He lost. He went to prison.
But see, it's like you fight Foreman the same way Keyshawn and Tank and them want to fight Loma. You want that name on your resume. You want to be able to put that name under your belt and get that experience. Like
Yeah.
that, So now when we having these conversations, we can be like, he beat Foreman.
Right.
Yeah,
But but if you think about it, when Foreman was popping off, that was exactly when Mike was in prison.
yeah. When he came
So,
back.
yeah. And then when he came back. But I don't know what would happen because it's that old comparison. Joe Frazier got destroyed by Foreman and Tyson Frazier had similar-ish styles.
Yeah.
I think Tyson would have beat a prime Tyson. I think would be Foreman.
That old Foreman like that, yeah.
I think both prime Tyson.
Mm-hmm.
There's very few people I think could have beat a prime Tyson. Very few.
Very few. I would have him and Tua would have fought back then. That would have been a slug.
Yeah,
fight.
I think he would have beat Tua because he
probably would have knocked him out, but Tua would have brought it to him because Tua come forward throwing.
Tua's only been down one. He nobody knocked Tua out. If Lennox couldn't do it, I don't know if Mike would have done it.
Lennox didn't do it. Lewis was too big and long for him. He couldn't get in. He couldn't get inside on Lewis. Lewis just kept him on the outside.
Yep. But Tua was durable, is what I'm saying. I don't know if anybody could knock him out.
That's why I would have loved to see him and Tyson because they both short, compact. Mm-hmm. That would have been a good fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, lastly, man, like I said, man, we got to respect what the Turkey doing, man. He giving guys they shine, man. Like I said, Madrimov is in demand, but Coley, Nick Ball, it's a lot of fighters coming up off of those Turkey cards.
Yep.
They're getting a fan base off of that, and it's good because it's expanding the sport instead of us just looking at Canelo, Tank, Ryan. Now we got more fighters, So,
sure.
Yeah, that's about it, though, Marco, man.
All right, man. Appreciate you, Rich.
Okay, yeah.
Peace. All right. Let's get Mr. Alberto. What up, blood? You there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you. Vlogs is not in the chat, so I cannot bring him in.
Damn.
He's ducking you, Alberto. He is ducking you. He came in for a second. He was sweating. He looked scared, and he left.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be the first time I cooked him, but but Marco, I just want to touch on the whole Keyshawn Parenchik.
Okay.
So basically, what I told you a few hours ago came to fruition.
Remind me, I know you said you thought that it wasn't. You thought that he did do it. You thought there's no way he faked it.
Yeah, you said that it was potentially done by Keyshawn, right?
I thought it could be. I thought it could be both of them just staging it to pump the fight. Like they both kind of knew it, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, because I saw that Top Rank put out a statement like an hour ago saying that they, basically condemning the incident, saying that we don't jack that, we don't co-sign that. So that kind of indicates to me that, they're not in cahoots. So like you were trying to say that it was staged. I think that just kind of debunks that whole angle.
No, you're right. And when I saw the interview, Bernacek looked kind of guilty to me in the face. Like it looked like he kind of was.
Bro, I think what it is that he doesn't speak English. I mean, that's evident. So it's like, imagine you're there and they're speaking Japanese. You're just going to be sitting there looking mindlessly, cluelessly into the oasis. It's not. Yeah. I can kind of see what you're like reading, like in between the lines.
Just look kind of like, and even the translator. That's Usyk's translator, right? Same dude, right?
I think they said in the press conference that the chubbier dude, I guess he's like the It's like his promotions. I think he's like the leader
That's
of
isn't that
K2
the guy who
promotions.
always? That's the guy who always translates for Usyk. I'm almost positive. He looks
I
a little
think Usyk
fatter.
is signed to that same guy. I
Yeah,
think it's
no,
like
and
a
they're both
Ukrainian
Ukrainian.
thing.
No, it's him. I'm pretty sure. Guys in the chat, help me out. Usyk manager. You know, that's him. He looked fatter though. He looked a little more disheveled. That's why. But he didn't look like he wasn't like, no, we didn't do it. He was acting real weird. I thought.
I think it's because they were honestly like blindsided by it because it was fucking Tio the whole time.
Was it?
You know, well, bro, Tio posted the
I saw
he
that.
he posted a video basically not directly saying it, but like indicating that hey, it was me. That's why
Well,
he's watching it and
and that's
laughing.
my question. Is that indicating, hey, it's me, or is that just saying, hey, I've already made monkey comments. I'm gonna keep trolling. Like I have nothing to do with this, but I'm gonna use it and troll with it. Like,
But what I saw was that they were saying that I guess Keyshawn put pause on Tio's dad. Have you heard anything like that since you're an NY cat?
yeah, I talked to Tio's dad.
So he got beat up by Keyshawn?
No, his story, and he was a little fucking sipping on grandma's syrup when we
Drunk?
were talking, but he, I believe, said it was with not Keyshawn, but it was his trainer that they got into it. It wasn't Keyshawn. He basically said no, that didn't happen.
What I've heard is that Tio's dad was using the N-word and basically they weren't jacking that. And so Keyshawn and I think another boxer started like putting pause on
Oh yeah, his
Tio
dad was
Senior.
using the N word in the interview with me. That's it. But that's how old school Puerto Ricans or Hispanic dudes in New York City talked, and nobody gave a fuck back then. Like,
Tio ain't Puerto Rican, ain't he? I thought he
nah,
was
he's Honduran,
Guatemalan.
but that's why I said he's Honduran. But that's why I said old school Hispanic. Like it was mostly Puerto Ricans, but anybody from the hood in New York, and I said this too, even white people back in, and I never used that fucking word. Let me be clear, and I didn't, but white dudes in the hood, I knew white dudes in the hood who used the word and they got past. Like nobody, people really didn't care. They had to use it with the A and they had to use it like slang, not like with the ER. But so some white people got passes back then, but for sure, anybody not white, nobody even batted an eye. I had anybody from the hood could use it. Asian, anybody from the hood could use it who wasn't white, and even some white people used it back in the day and it was acceptable. So he's just part of that old school mentality. You know what I'm saying? Like mad Puerto Ricans still use it.
Really? But to me that's just corny.
I mean, I didn't do, I didn't make the rules, but that's just what it was. It was like a hood thing. Like Rob, you remember that? You might be a little too young, but PR here. What did Rob say? PR and DR dudes in yeah, see? All Hispanic dudes come heavy. And I knew mad dudes from Asian dudes who talk like that too. So,
But
so he's not being racist on purpose, but times change, right? So you got to adjust yourself, I guess.
yeah, because it's kind of like, ain't Tio's dad like 45? It's like, bro, you still have that ignorant mindset you did at 18, 20. Like,
Yeah.
come on now.
Yeah. Eon, I got to make it clear because people, you know how people are these days, all sensitive. They'll be like, are you saying that you used to say it? No. And I didn't. And I really didn't because I thought the white dudes I knew who used the N word back, I thought they were such cornballs. Like, that's not a word. Like, you look so, like you're trying too hard right now. But.
Yeah, just ignore Eon. You know he's on his Janet Jackson shit.
He's in control.
No, but Marco, let me just get to this too.
Okay.
Basically, so if it was Tio doing that, orchestrated this whole thing, I just don't get what Tio gets out of it. You get what I'm saying? Because it's kind of like
Trolling.
he's basically I get he's trolling, but like, okay, at the end of the day, boxing is a business. You want to acquire the most fans you can get. If I'm black, I'm not giving a fuck about Tio. I'm boycotting his ass.
Hold on real quick. Yo, Thomas, you were at this is my man Thomas. He was at the press conference, I'm pretty sure. You were at the press conference today, right? Were racial tensions high? What was going on? Talk to us. Yeah, I mean, I think what Tio had to get out of it also was preparing, setting up, promoting a future fight with him and Keyshawn. That's why I think if he's doing it, that's why he's doing it.
But ain't Tio with Turkey?
I don't fucking know who he's with, but that doesn't mean they can't fight, or does it? I don't follow. I don't follow this shit.
I think it's clear that he's with Turkey because Turkey posted that he's going to be fighting at the prison at Alcatraz.
So Thomas said it was really awkward. Thomas, did you get the feeling that Bernacek actually sent that fucking the watermelon and all that, or do you think it was did he seem to you? Did his team seem like they were kind of caught off guard? Like, what the fuck is this?
But back to what I was saying, Marco.
Go for it.
I just don't get what Tio gains from this because he's already not a star in boxing. I mean, he has all the talent in the world, but he just doesn't have the fans. I mean, they have him fighting like I think in Vegas they put him like in a little tent. He's always at the mini Hulu theater in New York. So it's kind of like you're already not a premier attraction. So why would you be disrespecting a huge majority of boxing fans like that? Aside from it's like not right. It's
I'm
not
with
something
you.
right to do.
I'm with
I
you.
just don't get what the hell goes on in his head. But I think Tio did an interview and he said he's a crack baby, so maybe that can explain.
Tio
his
said, "Who's a
actions.
crack baby?"
He said he was conceived while his dad was like shooting up coke.
Tio was?
Yeah.
Doesn't it only affect you if the mother is on crack, not the like? I don't think it goes into your nuts, the crack, right? Like, isn't it just if the mother's smoking is when it affects the baby?
Well, I mean, if Tio's dad is on that shit, he's probably giving the wife a few lines. I mean, if I'm speculating.
I don't know. I mean, his dad was a wild man, and still, like, I was interviewing with him. He was drunk, and then he like disconnects. He comes back on. He's sitting in the bathtub, but I don't see him in the bathtub. His camera's like facing the ceiling. He's like, my daughter told me I should take a bath. Probably because he was so drunk. She was like, getting there and sober up. It was funny.
Yeah, I'm not even someone saying disrespectful. We're not trying to disrespect the Lopez's, but we're just speculating on why Tio has such erratic behavior. You know what I mean? And yeah, like I said, I think he was the one behind it because that would make sense. I'm pretty sure he still has a few like top rank connections.
Ooh,
so that's how he was able to get that whole thing.
So listen to this. So my man Thomas, who was there today, says this is the second fight in a row, top rank MSG, where something controversial. The last one was when Sandy Ryan got that paint thrown at her. So are you speculating, Thomas, that this is something Top Rank's putting together to just jar up interest? That could be something. People,
Yeah.
They're trying to compete with Turkey now, these people. They're trying to compete with Turkey and with Netflix. So maybe they're just trying to.
You know what it is, Marco? I think it's because basically in the U.S., now that Canelo is going to like Saudi Arabia to fight, I think the biggest stars in the U.S. are Ryan, Jake, and Tank. And I think what people are noticing is that Jake Paul's antics are like corny and, we don't jack that shit, but honestly, he sells the most. So I wouldn't be surprised if Top Rank's like, hey, fuck it. Let's do these little, controversies before the fight and then see if it helps the viewership. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Who could I feel like some type of publicity stunt, but if they wanted to know all these hotel cameras, they could see why not get the tape. True, but Thomas, why would Bernacek agree to that? Like, we're in New York. You're from the Bronx. You're a Boricua. Like, you would be offended by that shit. Bernacek can get his ass whooped. I was telling Tia, he's gonna by the time he gets to the ring, he's gonna be covered in Coca-Cola and chicken fingers and nacho cheese. Like, they're gonna throw everything at him.
But Marco, what do you mean by that? Like, you don't think they're gonna have security to protect him?
Security can't stop shit from being thrown at him.
But can't they just put like a towel? Like,
They can, but it's still like New York. Like, you go to a city like that where there's a lot of bad people, and you push buttons like that, it could turn out really badly for you. And like what you said, why you want to turn off the majority of fight fans? You know what I'm saying? Like, like the majority are of colors in New York City. They're just of fight fans. You know what I'm saying? Like, he won't turn off his fight fans, his Ukrainians. But like, why would you want to turn off your appeal and have the majority of people not want to watch you fight? Let's say Bernacek whoops Keyshawn's ass.
Yeah, but
nobody's going to fucking start watching him now because he's a racist.
But I think what you're saying, I think it kind of like pertains to like, I think Tio's just like, I think at this point he's maybe just trying to lean it because he's with Reynoso now. I think he's just trying to get a piece of like the Mexican fans to buy his fights.
He might be, man. It's hard to tell. Yeah, I would be pissed always to Bernacek did that. Someone. Yeah, I don't know. What else you want to touch on?
Did Vlogs call in?
Yeah, he's here, but he said no. He's not here. He's in the chat. I think he said he's at the gym or something.
Damn. Well, no, I was just gonna cook him real quick, but yeah, I'll let you get some more people on, Marco. Appreciate
All
you.
right, my brother. Appreciate you, man. Good day, mate.
Hey, what's up, Marco? And I can't even put on an accent like that, but yeah, I'm mostly thinking about this Crawford Canelo situation because I'm kind of surprised Crawford's not going to take a tune-up fight in between, and I think he's really hurting his chances doing that because you stay sharp by staying active, and it just
Didn't
shocks me that
didn't
yeah.
Crawford just put out a picture where he looks jacked?
He did, and I mean he's a professional. He stays in shape, but for me, that's not the question. It's you're jumping up several weight divisions. You only fought one time in the weight division you're in now, and you're going to be fighting the biggest guy and the toughest fighter you've ever fought. It's surprising to me he doesn't want to take a tune-up because it's well, first of all, if he loses, then I don't think he can use that as a crutch and say, well, I was inactive and I shot for greatness. It's like you put all your eggs into this basket. I mean, it just surprises me. I'm not crazy about Canelo's skull, but I've moved on from Canelo Benavidez because I mean it's never going to happen. So
Yeah.
why talk about that? Yeah. By the way, I saw you mention one of my comments where you said that I come across as really negative, like not my intention.
When did I say that?
A couple of days ago, I think I put out I just wrote a comment critical of.
Oh yeah.
Charlo.
No, because you're always like I'm a Canelo critic. I'm a so and so. Not negative, like, but yeah, you have a lot of dudes you're a critic of.
Okay, well, I don't mean to come across as negative because I understand that's not fun to discuss. It's not my intention.
Hey, everybody has their own perspective.
Yeah. Do you think Crawford can? Because last time I was on, do you think you mentioned guys like Duran and guys like James Toney who you've talked to? And I wanted to ask you something about Toney. Do you think Crawford can do something to Canelo that those guys have done to big guys? Because those guys I think are better, or their game revolved around inside fighting more than Crawford's does, and I don't think he wants to
Tony
fight on
and
the
who
inside
was
with
the other one?
Toney and Duran. I just don't think Crawford would want to fight Canelo on the inside because Canelo's wicked with those body shots.
You know, Crawford and Duran are 1 in a billion fighters, so
Yeah.
that's very rare that dudes go up that many weight classes and become successful. I don't know yet. I mean, based on the Madrimov fight, I would say no, but I can't totally base it off that. We need to see more.
Yeah. And the thing is, we're not going to see more. Like, Crawford's just going to sit and wait. And I mean, if that's what he wants to do, good for him. I wanted to ask you something about James Toney.
Sure.
Is he maybe the most confident, naturally confident fighter you've interviewed? Because you've interviewed a lot, and out of all the guys I know, and I haven't been following boxing as long as you, I think Toney, he might be the guy who has the most scary confidence because he does not seem to doubt himself at all.
He's one of the angriest. He's one of the
Gotcha.
angriest, and and I'm not trying to. I actually really like James. Like, good dude. I know he has a slurring speech, but I'll tell you, I say this all the time. He's so sharp. He remembers everything. Like, he remembers little things from when me and him were like hung out. Like, he remembers little particulars. He remembers everything. But he's the angriest, one of the angriest. But and I'm not trying to get to be like Sigmund Freud here, but sometimes anger, aggression comes from insecurity. So I don't know. I don't know how confident he is. I know that he had no problem getting in and fighting anybody at any time. That's a fact. Where it comes from, now we're getting all philosophical about. But yeah, he definitely had no problem fighting anybody, had no fear. And that's a reason why I think his chin was so good. I really believe psychologically, he really believed, like, fuck that. You're not going to hurt me. I'm not doing it. Yeah, maybe that is the confidence. The confidence of, like, you can't hurt me. Like, he refused to be hurt. And he's 5'9", should have been naturally at best light heavyweight at best. And
that's a push, yeah.
And he was a heavyweight taking shots from Sam Peter, Holyfield and just not even blinking. So I think
Yeah.
that's his mental. I do. I know he has people say he has a big head, but I think I think that's his mental. I think that does play into his confidence or his drive, his anger. It could just be anger. You know what I'm saying? He was was an angry dude. He's calmed down quite a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, well, the reason I wanted to ask you is because, when we talk about Crawford, I mean, again, I expect him to be, I think he's confident to where he can be competitive. I just don't expect him to win because size should matter. But I just remember back to, like, Mayweather was supremely confident, but he was also logical. Like, he took fights. He actually was mindful enough to take fights where there was a good chance of him winning. He didn't try to do the impossible because he thought, well, there's a good chance I'll lose my O. And when I think to guys like Tony and like Duran, I just think these guys were so naturally confident that it seems like they would never second guess themselves. And I just remember because I got into boxing later than you, so the first time I saw James Toney he was making Sam Peter look silly in the first fight.
How old are you, by the way?
I'm 31.
You're 31. So, okay. And what's your name, by the way? What should we call you?
You can call me Jay. That's
Jay.
Okay. Yeah, Jay. Some people call me Kiwi because I'm from New Zealand, but yeah, Jay. Whatever's easiest for you.
I'll do Jay. Okay, yeah, because I can't just call you Fight Sports. I mean, I guess I can, but anyway. Okay, so go ahead.
Yeah. Well, the first. So I think I started watching boxing like around, I was probably 14, 15, around the days of David Hay and Vladimir Klitschko. And I just remember it had been a few years since, but James Toney making Sam Peter look silly in the first fight. I thought, how the hell is this, like you said, this short middleweight making a big puncher like Sam Peter look really awkward. And again, it's that confidence, which I'd later come to find out, of course, is very rare. But you mentioned his chin. I remember, this heavyweights couldn't put this guy down. Like I think Reggie Johnson did and Roy Jones did. But
Roy Jones didn't. That was not. It was an official knockdown. I did a video on it. Roy Jones bumped him, and that's what knocked him over. But James told me he's only been hurt once. He said it was by Sam Peter, but he said he hit him in the back of the head. He said that's the only time he's ever felt hurt in the ring, ever.
Yeah, and Sam Peter did rabbit punch at times.
And Sam Peter, I believe Sam Peter beat James. Those were close fights, but the only reason why is because James couldn't hurt him, and Sam Peter knew it. He's a great fighter, but he didn't carry any kind of power up to heavyweight. I know he knocked out Evander Holyfield, but that was more, I think, a testament of where Holyfield was in his career, not James's power.
Yeah, Holyfield was shot, but also, like, I thought Sam dominated the second fight. I do think Tony won the first fight, but only on a point deduction. But I mean, he rocked, and Peter was in terrible shape for that fight. But talking about terrible shape, Tony was not in good shape at heavyweight, and he was. He was 38, I think, during that fight, and
there you go.
Peter was in his prime. And I'm just you've heard me talk about Duran a lot. I mean, the first guy to drop him in his career was Esteban Dejavis at a lightweight, and with a left hook, and Iran Barkley cracked him with a tremendous left hook. I mean, a big street dude from the Bronx, and Duran stood up to it. And
Duran stood up to everything except possibly the nastiest one-punch knockout I've ever seen in my life, which was when Hearns just snapped his mandible and shattered it in little pieces. He hit him so fucking hard. It was such a beautiful classic, too, for you guys who are fighters. He shot 2 jabs to the body, tapped him.
To set it up. Yeah.
Had Duran kind of just predisposed, focused on down there, and then came up. And when he did it, if you notice, he was up here. And then he came up. Like, that's the thing. When you throw the shot, not only do you have to tap at the body, but you keep yourself low. I don't know if you can see me. Keep yourself low.
Yeah, I can see.
Then you throw it up. And so many dudes have knocked out people doing that, keeping your body. You got to get low. You got to get low like Lil Jon, but shoot the shots up. That's a big one.
And Hearns was a guy who knocked people. I mean, he's one of the few guys who could carry his power up all those weight classes because he was. I mean, I was about to say he was a tremendous athlete, but he didn't. He started off as a skinny whatever with Emmanuel Stewart and was turned into a knockout artist. I mean, that's one of the most impressive things ever. And I always love when you do these fantasy matchups, and I always think that the first fantasy matchup that comes to mind of all divisions and all eras is one where they were in the same division or maybe one division apart, at the same era, and that's Pryor and Hearns. Like, I don't know, I can't remember if Hearns, if Pryor ever moved up to or could have moved up to welterweight, but that would have been a tremendous fight. I mean, two scary knockout artists.
There's a video of them, which I want to do a breakdown on. They fought in the amateurs. There's a video of Hearns and Pryor fighting. I want to do it, but the quality is so shitty that I haven't done it yet. But yeah, man, Pryor is one of those guys that I believe could have beaten any welterweight in history. He was that
Do you
good.
think-
I mean, he never lost. He lost once when he was literally a literal crackhead.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he was 32 or 3, which was old at the time. But what were we going to say?
Well, I wanted to ask you because I've come to learn over the years that, every great fighter at some point has been accused of ducking other great fighters. But I remember reading that Roberto Duran, after he beat Leonard or before the first fight, that was Panama Lewis more than Aaron Pryor. Like,
well, that was Thomas. That was debunked. Just like Ryan can do if he rematches Haney, it was debunked because in the second fight everything was tested. It was 1,000% clean. And what did Pryor do? He actually beat him worse and quicker. So in my opinion, that was totally that held no water. But again, Panama was a dirty motherfucker. He's the one who was training Louis Resto, who was the guy, if you guys remember.
That was a scary.
Louis Resto fought a dude, and his basically the padding of his gloves were ripped out for the whole fight. At the end, the fight was caught. He beat this kid so bad that the kid was hospitalized. Kid ended up killing himself because he got so depressed from the loss. But anyway, why would you say give me the other one I mixed? That is definitely, there's nothing, like, people don't realize this, but in boxing, you're only allowed to have one thing in the corner be consumed.
Water.
That's it.
Water.
Just water. So him saying that, okay, it was a little shady. But in the rematch, he whooped him even worse.
Yeah, 100%. That's actually why I commented on one of your streams, if you've ever spoken to somebody who knew about Panama Lewis and his cheating tactics, because I like the Miguel Cotto one. I'm actually surprised people still talk about it because it's the most open and shut guilty verdict ever. But we still have murderers on the street. And but Panama Lewis, when I first saw that video, the documentary about the Resto one, that was shocking. And what's interesting is I've seen guys like Stacey McKinley kind of suggest, and guys like Francois Bothra and Shannon Briggs, they were asked by some anonymous channel about Panama Lewis passing, and they kind of played off his little tricks. And I have seen other trainers give very sneakily water bottles that are colored, so you can't tell what's in them.
Well, yeah, they learn from that, if anything.
Yeah,
they learn how if they're cheating, they're like, oh, we better not say the shit.
Yeah, just sneak this little bottle in there. So, which is why, again, I asked if you've ever gotten any insight into that kind of thing.
Yeah, no, I don't know much about Panama Lewis. That was a little before my time. But I just knew that he was known to be kind of a dirtbag. So that's all I really know about him. What up, Drummond? Guys, I do have the link open. If anybody wants to call in, come on in. Now's the time to do it.
Do you want to get somebody else on, or
if you want to bring up anything else you want to talk about, we could do one more.
Yeah, well, obviously I'm very focused on the big event this coming weekend, and I don't think, because a lot of people are getting a little nervous about what Benavidez is saying that I'll fight the winner of Bivol Beterbiev, but it has to be in the US, and if it doesn't happen, I'll fight Zurdo Ramirez. I think he's just talking, but there are a lot of people who think he's going to avoid the winner of that fight. And I
The
think
winner
they're
of
jumping a gun.
Bivol Beterbiev?
Bivol Beterbiev, yeah.
No. Why would he do that?
Well, I agree. I mean, have you seen him say that it has to be in the US? Like, I think he's just
No, I
talking.
haven't seen that. I believe you, but I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. We might get a trilogy with this shit because those guys both have kind of styles that are going to just kind of be close and boring. Because I kind of found the fight kind of boring a little bit. Did you?
I know.
No?
I personally, I liked it because Beterbiev made it entertaining. But yeah, I mean, I liked Bivol before some of this speculation came out. I mean, his ex-wife seems to be crazy, but before some of this came out, I was a fan of Bivol, but his last couple of fights were so incredibly boring. So I found the fight okay because Beterbiev has that X factor, and he forced Bivol to fight.
Right.
But yeah, I don't want to see a trilogy, and I mean, there's way too many rematches in boxing, and yeah, I don't
want to see
I just want to
trilogy
see
either, but I think we will if it's close. Because if either man wins, you can argue that either man should have won the first fight, so then they should do a third anyway. You know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean? Like, you can argue like, okay, one guy won, there's another draw, so I don't know, but I think Benavidez will beat. I think he might beat both of them. Beterbiev is tough, but I feel like, I don't know, man. I feel like that's a tough one. Beterbiev might be harder because Benavidez can come back with some shit, but he also could be aging out before our very eyes. He's 40, or he's 41. Is he 41 now or 40?
I think he's 40. I hear, and yeah, as long as Benavidez fit. By the way, I don't know what it is, but a lot of these panels I go on, they think I'm being a deluded fanboy when I say, "Hey, Benavidez can improve," and they say, "No, he can't. He's 29." I'm like, as if 29-year-olds can't improve. I think if Benavidez fixes his footwork, he beats Bivol. Beterbiev, it's a little bit hard for me to pick a guy who doesn't have the greatest defense to beat a guy like that. But at the same time, you look at guys like Marcus Brown, you look at guys like Anthony Yard, you look at guys like Callum Smith. These guys, they either had athleticism or technique, but they didn't have both. And Benavidez has excellent punch technique, really good pressure, and he's a physical specimen. So I'm very excited for Benavidez Beterbiev, and I would not be surprised if he won. Like, I did not think the first fight between Bivol and Beterbiev was a robbery. Like,
well,
I don't know why.
Close. You can't really do a robbery when it's close.
Yeah,
when it's super close, the robbery is, people just say that who really wanted one guy to win, and if their guy loses, they say it was a robbery. But that was, I mean, I saw it going either way. I was going for Beterbiev. I do think Bivol had he was more active. He threw more shots. He was more flashy, kind of like Hagler versus Leonard. But Bivol on numerous occasions started literally running because it looked like another one or two shots that he was going to drop. Like, he was hurt, like not hurt, but like a little stunned, and like, okay, because sometimes it takes 2 or 3 shots to hurt you before you go down. And Beterbiev is proven to be one of those kind of fighters. He has to chop you down.
Yeah,
chop.
and you would know this as a former fighter that I agree with you. I don't think Bivol was that hurt, but he literally would stop throwing punches for entire minutes of a round. I'm like, well, whether you're hurt or not,
and he would be backpedaling. It was not hurt, but I think the perfect way to put it is in urgent threat of going down. Like, there was one of those, like, oh shit, let me get the fuck out of here because a couple more of these and he might buckle my knees. So that's 100%. The vibe I got.
And the other reason why I'm again, Bivol's, he's handled it professionally. I'm personally getting pretty sick of listening to Eddie Hearn say, "Oh, it was a robbery." Like, Bivol rounds 10, 11, and 12, the final 3. Bivol gave away 10 and 11. Like he barely fought in those rounds. It's like, you can't. But again, Bivol's not the one complaining. Hearn is.
Right.
I hope regardless we don't we don't see a trilogy. And I mean, the divisions do need to move on. And
Mhm.
is there any what else aside from what happens with Benavides and the super card we have next weekend? What else is exciting you at the moment? Because I it's not signed yet, but I really love the potential of Teofimo Lopez against Hitchens and the winner of Haney Garcia, but that's down the line. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm looking forward to the Bivol rematch. I'm looking forward to the 22nd card. Tank fight. I always like watching Tank fight. Yeah, I don't know. That's really it.
Yeah. Appreciate it, man. See you later and all the best.
All right, my man. Appreciate you. All right. What do we got going out here? Marco Cheap. Why the fuck did you say that? I got better BF. Bivol going back. No bueno. Why you calling out? Yeah, I don't get what. Maybe it was autocorrect. Maybe he meant to say mad handsome and it just autocorrected it because he was calling somebody else cheap. That happens a lot. Bivol will best beat. I assume you meant to write David as of now. My opinion. Well, that's because you're drunk. If they fight in the okay, well, Eon's drinking that homemade, what do they call it, hooch, the Indiana hooch. He probably makes in his backyard. His little Cabayel. Nah, it's not going to be great, Rob, because I'm telling you, Zhang is wildered. Zhang is Deontay'd. He doesn't throw any fucking punches anymore. I'm telling you, it's going to be boring. I think he's not going to be very active, and he's going to get the shit kicked out of him. Hope he gets knocked out, actually. Rary, Grantuan Russell, okay. Hitchens. Falter. All right, give me 1 second, guys. Ugh, okay. We're back. What do we got here? Bivol's face tells the tale. Yeah, Bivol's face looked worse. That's a fact. Rich, you just confirmed you don't have hair. What? I'm over here cooking with my new George Foreman grill. Do you really have a Foreman grill? Or go back to box? Well, we were at boxing. What you mean? That's what we were talking about the whole time. What you talking about? My man Thomas. I haven't talked to Drew in a minute, Thomas. How is he? You talked to him? Should hit him up. Should hit him up like Tupac. Since when does how your face determine? It can. It can. Doesn't always. Chavez, you look at Chavez and Meldrick Taylor, you would not know that Chavez just got his shit fucking boxed out for 12 rounds, but it can. You two see who you guys. Everybody's like Officer Drew Titan is writing tickets. Oh, don't play. Drew's my man. Be nice. I like Drew. He's a good dude. Everyone probably should have a George Foreman grill. I don't have one. I used to. Benavidez's face looked worse. He had some red marks. I guess the difference between red marks and like having your shit lumped. You know what I mean? Maybe that's the difference. Don't respond. He's just fucking trolling. What the hell's going on? Why's everybody shitting on each other? Marco, what's the one piece of advice? I thought you said piece of device. I'm like, what? Advice you coaches have taught? I wasn't really a coach, but taught that you stuck with till this day in life. Oh, the coach taught me. My bad. You throw as hard and fast, every punch as hard and fast as you can, and don't stop until that bell rings. And that, guys, because I'm going through, as you guys know, I'm going through some shit now, like with my business and all that. It's a lot of stress. That theory, keep punching, literally and figuratively. Sometimes you want to just stop. You want to give up. You want to take a break. It taught me to keep punching in life, not just in the ring. So that's the best piece of advice I would tell all you guys. Keep throwing as hard and fast as you can until the bell rings. The bell literally in the ring, but then also the bell in life. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? You got it. Sometimes until that bell in life rings, until it's time to rest, you keep punching. Benavidez is lighter complexion. That's a good point too. Marco, you know Shannon Briggs. He's trying to find, yeah, Shannon's my man. He's trying to still get investors locked in for it. How do you feel? That's a crazy. Yeah, Yako B33. I don't know what to call you. I'll call you hopeful. Welcome. How do you feel about Boots moving up to 160? What? I didn't hear that. Is that true? I heard he does one more at 47 and maybe unify. Whatever he can move up to that he's comfortable in, that he's going to be strong in, good. I want to just see Boots fight the best because I still, contrary to what some people wrote him off because he had a couple mediocre performances, I still think he's a force. Oh, you got headbutt? Okay. You guys are talking to each other, obviously. Super Prince, what up, blood? Marco, in your thoughts, who was the GOAT trainers of all time? Top 5. Sugar Hill Stewart, Eddie Papa Smurf Futch. Maybe Angelo Dundee, maybe Customato. Cuss more, but for his mental game. I like Buddy McGirt, man. I think Buddy McGirt's dope. He just didn't have a lot of world champions, but he's dope. Hell yeah, Stewart. Hell yeah. I mean, come on. That was the first one. Oh, I didn't mean Sugar Hill. I meant Emmanuel, not Sugar Hill. Sugar Hill's a good trainer too. No, I meant Emmanuel. My bad. That's his uncle. That's funny. Freddie Roach is up there. But now the best, I believe, might be Emmanuel. I believe he might be the best. I figure that's yeah. You know, Thomas knows. Now, look, Sugar Hill's dope too. Don't get me wrong, but because he's a disciple of the greatest. There's a lot of dudes. You know, there's a lot of guys. Look, you know, a lot of good trainers out there. Yeah, get your chili up. Robert Garcia, top 10. He might be. Robert, well, yeah, when all's said and done, he might be. I don't know about Floyd because Floyd really only had his son and Oscar, who was already a fucking superstar established. When it comes to heavyweights, why does everyone sleep on Dubois? They don't sleep on him now after he shattered homeboy's shit into little pieces. Nah. I said Angelo Dundee, son. Roger, too. All he had was Floyd. We got to go into guys who've had more than one fighter, and especially ones that aren't their fucking sons or nephews or cousins. Eddie Reynoso, again, he just had Canelo. Maybe more skilled and powerful. Yeah, I think Canelo's going to beat Crawford too, but Customato's up there. But Customato, and I learned his style, right? So to me, the style's not all that because it is a great style, but you have to be only a certain fighter can fight it. Customato is mental. What he did with his fighters, how we taught them about life and all that, that's what made him so great too. Dubois, I agree, Rich. I think Dubois is going to sleep Parker. Man, if I got the greatest arguably as a fighter, you up there. Man, if you got the greatest arguably as a fighter, you up there. Oh, for Angelo Dundee, yeah. Yeah. Why Alberto keep talking about chili? He's hungry. Didn't have dinner. So he's in Cali, so are you, right? It's only 8:30. Probably didn't have dinner yet. Facts. Dubois, hell yeah. Robert Garcia has been Robert Garcia is dope. But really, what huge fighters does he have besides his brother? Mateo Tapia? Nah. Heard of Johnny Tapia. Did Mike Tyson have the most tailor-made style? What you mean the most tailor-made? Tyson had Customato style. The Customato boxing peekaboo style. That's what Tyson had. You think young Canelo coming up to 147 would have done damage in the 80s? Yeah, I believe he would have done damage in any fight in any era. Abel Sanchez was good. Nacho, wasn't he a cut man? I believe he was a cut man. AGR, or am I mistaken? Garcia got bammed. Yes, he does now. Good point. Geesh, No Rare, Seller, Luduva. Luduva wasn't a trainer, Super Prince. Luduva was a promoter, I believe. A manager. Or if he was a trainer, sure as fuck wasn't a head trainer. Well, he might have been. Was Luduva a fucking trainer? Was Luduva a trainer? Manager. You see, so he was a trainer, but his main role was manager and promoter. And I know dudes who worked with him, and they said that he was more about being in the spotlight, than actually working. Why are you guys arguing with each other? What's wrong with you? Grown men in here. It was a boxing room. What the fuck is wrong with you? He did, Jay. That's why I'm saying he wasn't much of a trainer. He was more of a manager. So I wouldn't put him up there. Oscar Valdez. Teddy Atlas. Again, who the fuck did he have besides Tim Bradley, who was already established, and Michael Moore? That's two. Okay, maybe there's an argument for having two fighters. Yes, Eon, 1,000%. For that style, and remember, I'm going to repeat it for those of you who don't know my background. I lived with Kevin Rooney, who used to train Mike Tyson, for those of you young heads. You call me old head, those are the young heads. I lived with Kevin, lived in his house, in his stable of fighters. He had all the fighters live in his house, big house in Catskill. He trained Mike Tyson when Customato died. Customato taught him the style. So point being, I got literally his purest form of the Customato peekaboo you can get. I learned that style. And that style can only be utilized successfully by fighters who are super fast, super powerful, and have unbelievable stamina. Nah, I don't believe so. Well, maybe because they're both out of Kronk, but I don't know. You might be right. So that's another thing too. That's a good point, Thomas. A lot of these guys jump around. You like these trainers. It's like, do you really count a trainer who was with a guy for 3 or 4 fights? I don't really count that. It has to be like at least half of a career. You know what I'm saying? I believe. Or the dudes who bring them up since they're young. Well, yeah, sort of. Teddy was helping out, but that was a young amateur Tyson. Teddy had nothing to do with Mike as a pro. Nothing. Teddy, they split ways way before Mike became pro. I look like Kevin? That, my friend, is certified.
Oh, that's racist.
Racist. I don't look anything like Kevin, except the whiteness and the baldness. That's why you're a racist. Did you ever train with Teddy? No, I never even met Teddy. We were in the same room a couple times when I was with Kevin, but him and Kevin didn't talk. So Kevin just basically was like, nah, don't talk to him. Come with me. So I couldn't even meet him. So I never met Teddy officially. You and Two Tone are alive at the same time right now? Well, that's his prerogative. I'm about to get off anyway in a little bit. Rooney trained Mike his whole pro career. Not true. Not true. Rooney, I believe it was after the Michael Spinks fight. Tyson left Rooney and went with his boy Aaron Snow and some of his. Nah, that's not true. Not even half his career. Actually, no, a little more than half his career. Tyson was, I guess, 35-0. Yeah, about half when Kevin left, something like that. Is Lou Duval rated? Katie Duval. Katie Duval, the actress? I don't believe so, no. Cuss was old, barely could move. I don't know about all that. Well, Derek James, but none of the dudes that he picked up won. He had Errol Spence and he had Charlo. That's pretty good. But since then, they all left him or lost. You know what I mean? What's Ronnie Shields like? I don't know. He has a lot of people to deal with. A lot of people he does deal with. I mean, hold on. My bad, Super Thugs. Marco, where is the best place to get chopped cheese, Sam? Let me tell you something, Drummond. You must be a younger guy. That shit is not an old school New York staple. Native New Yorkers don't know what the fuck that is unless they're children. That shit is, I want to say, 15 years old, maybe. It's not. I mean, that's a long time if you're only 20. Like to Alberto, 15 is a long fucking time. But to me, I'm 48. That's nothing. So chopped cheese is nothing that was. My point is that shit was not around when I was coming up. Didn't happen. Bozianis, Bomac, and Jose Benavidez best in the game. Okay. Oh, my bad. Where are you from, though? You're definitely not from New York, then you would have known that. Fight Sports Talk bent knee today. You trying to say BTFB? Everybody's saying IBF. Are you saying IBFP or BTFB? What the fuck's IBFP? Chopped cheese is just a hamburger that's chopped up. Never had one made. Are you from Jersey? Like Atlantic City, like all the way down there? South Jersey. Yeah, so yeah, and South, that's all the way down there, right? What, Camden? Not Camden. Tell me not Camden. I mean, if you're from Camden, fuck it. I'm from the slums of Cherry Hill. There's no fucking hood in Cherry Hill. Now, you're either lying that you're not from Jersey or you're joking that there's a slum in Cherry Hill. I'm pretty sure there's no slums in fucking Cherry Hill. Cape May? I don't know what that means. That if it's a cape, that means it's all the way down by the water. So that's all the way for. You're all the way down. All right. Well, fuck it. Bruce Selden style. Who trained Roy Jones as a pro? Alton Merkinson is his name. Mostly. Yeah, we do. That's a fact. Prince, Southside Jamaica. Representative in the building. Wait. Super Prince is from Southside? Did I miss it? Where is he? I live in Queens, New York, born in BK, raised in Queens. Oh shit. We got the Queens. Dude, earlier, Superman came on. You guys weren't here. The dude who comes in, Superman, legit 6'5", Brooklyn dude. I love talking to New York dudes. I don't know why Rob never calls in. Rob, why do you never call in? Why don't you ever call in, Rob? But you don't like talking on the phone or what? Which is cool. No judgment. I get it. I appreciate the support no matter how you do it. Just asking. Jamaica. How old are you, Super Prince? You young kid? My age? What? No, NYC has the best pizza in China. That's a fact. I'd be chilling. So that means you don't like talking on the phone. All right, fuck it. No problem. Oh shit, Super Prince is my age range. I'm 48. I got you by a little. That's dope. All right. Vlogs, you have a fight. Nah, I don't think Vlogs is fighting. Drummond, Cherry Hill. Goddamn Cherry Hill. Does Brooklyn have the best boxers when compared to the other boroughs? I guess. There's not that many. Again, you can count Sugar Ray Robinson, who moved to New York when he was like 12, which I don't really count. He came from, where is he from? Alabama, some shit. Where did Sugar Ray Robinson come from? But other than that, if you count him, but if you don't count Sugar Ray Robinson, there's not that many big fighters, huge legends out of New York. Let me see, what was it again? Georgia. Okay, yeah, he was from Georgia first. Then they moved to Harlem when he was 12. Yep. Just brushing up on my Sugar Ray. So, vlogs, you look like. Bronx don't have anyone. Nah. That is erroneous. Erroneous. Thomas, you should be fucking ashamed of yourself. There is one fighter out of the Bronx who was considered one of the 5 kings. This fighter is the only man, Thomas, to have 2 victories over Thomas Hearns. And he's from the BX. Who is it? Jake LaMotta too, but no, that's not what I'm talking about. Come on. The Hearns thing should give it away. Only man to beat Hearns twice. Yeah. What you mean nobody out of the Bronx? And I know Iran personally. Very quiet, but good dude. LaMotta was out of the Bronx? Oh, yeah, he was. Graziano, I believe. Rocky Graziano was out of Brooklyn, right? The U.S. need to get our amateur boxing back up. Yep. Saquon's uncle. That's true. That's his uncle. That's a fact. Marco, stop slandering Brooklyn. They got mad fighters. Who? Zab, Mike, and Briggs. Now, you could go into Shoo, but Zab, Mike, and Briggs. Those are all the... And Riddick Bowe. Yeah, no, that's a lot. That is a lot. Zab, Mike, Briggs, Riddick Bowe. That's a lot. And now, hopefully Shoo is another one. Yeah, no, okay, that's a lot. I'll give it to you. Paulie's out of Bensonhurst, which was the mad racist Italian part. It's where this kid named Yusuf Hawkins, they killed his ass. A black kid was just walking through an Italian neighborhood in the late 80s, got killed just for being black. That was Bensonhurst. Hitchens. Jacobs would be a little below those 4. Jacobs wasn't as good as, well, maybe he was on Briggs' level, but below Zab, I believe, and definitely below Mike in terms of popularity. And below Bowe, but close. Yeah, they call him Africa, which is weird because he's from Brooklyn, but I guess because why they call, is he African? Is he because he's dark? I don't really get it. Jacobs was a champ before he got canned. Yeah, and he was a champ after. Nah, you wiling out. Floyd Patterson was not from no goddamn Brooklyn. I think he was from upstate. We're going to look this up right now. There's no way he's from fucking Brooklyn. Patterson. Here it is. No way. I don't believe that for a fucking second. Waco, North Carolina is where he was born. Oh, his family moved to Brooklyn. Bed-Stuy. When? Parents were extremely fed. Patterson. When did he move to fucking Brooklyn? Oh, at 9. And then he was sent to, here we go. By the age of 10, the judge was tired of seeing him, and he was sent to a reform school in upstate New York. Ulster County, that's all the way up there. And then he stayed there for 2 years. He attended high school in New Paltz, that's like, what's New Paltz? New Paltz is like Rockland or Westchester. He took up boxing at the age of 14 and was training at the Bed-Stuy Association. Okay. So you know what? You're right. North Carolina, but moved to Brooklyn when he was young. You got it. Breland. Breland. You don't say was. Oh, was good. I thought you said, yeah, Breland was he's one of them. Breland's on the same level, I would say, as like Briggs. No, Thomas. He could claim Patterson. They could claim Patterson. Motherfucker moved there as a young kid. You don't have to be my criteria. You don't got to be born there. As long as you grew up in your formative years, that's where you're from. I happen to be born and raised in fucking Manhattan. But you guys know about that. Try and find one other fucking person who's not only raised but born up in that bitch. Didn't leave New York City until I was 48. I was 47 actually. Wifey made me fucking move here. But I'm still right on the outskirts. Kev Kelly. But now we're going into Brooklyn. Out of Brooklyn. He's Queens. Yeah, he's Flushing. Flushing Flash. My father was from Flushing. Bulgarian. Huh? No, he's not from. You say rich. You don't say from. You say somebody's born and grew up in Texas. I would say he's from Texas. You ever hear him talk? Oh, yeah, you did it. That motherfucker is as southern as it gets. But anyway, all right, people, I'm going to bounce. I appreciate you guys. I will catch you guys tomorrow around 1 or 2 p.m. All right? Peacicles.